Hey everybody, we wanted to come back to you this week and give you a quick update on where we're at with everything. We was hoping to be able to show you standing still this week, but some things got delayed. We wasn't able to get some of the equipment out there on the site that we needed to this week to make that happen. Our builder, which we hadn't introduced yet, and I promise I will, just hadn't had the opportunity yet, but hopefully next video we will introduce him and give his business name and his name and everything. So if any of you in our area are thinking about building, he would definitely be the one to contact. But in saying that, he's got like 4 or 5 jobs going on right now.
He's pretty packed, yeah.
And we really, like we told you in the previous video, we really wasn't anticipating starting our build this early. But because of the steel prices going up and the increases, we decided to go ahead and order the steel. So he's kind of working us in, and we are perfectly fine with that. We have told him we are not in a super big hurry, and we're just actually gracious that he is working us in. You know, when he's got things going on other jobs that he needs to be there, he's there. But then when he has time in between things, when he's waiting on stuff to come in there, he's coming over to our place and doing some things.
Yep, so. And we are so appreciative of him doing that for us. It's just beyond words. Yeah, he's great to work with.
Yeah, he's great to work with. So again, we'll give you his name and builder's number and his business number and all that in the next video. Hopefully we're going to be out there Monday. He's going to be digging holes, so we get to get our first inspection once we get the holes dug. We got temporary power coming in next week. I got to get out there Monday also and put the temporary power pole up so the electric company can run the power lines up there.
A lot of things have to happen really fast.
Yeah, you know, so it's kind of sporadic, seems like.
It's that hurry up and wait syndrome.
Yeah, and that's just kind of the way things are happening. But we wanted to come back to you and give you some definite rock hard numbers this week. We did settle up with our dozing and grading guys that also put in our septic tank, driveway and everything.
And delivered some gravel for us, and they also put out some straw and silt fence before they worked, you know, just to keep everything up to code.
Dozing contractor's been back up here. He came up here and sprayed out some hay for us and some seed to keep up with so it don't erode off the side. You can see off the side there he's got the silt fences up, so we meet all the required codes and all that for runoff and all that good stuff. But the biggest news of the day is look what just rolled in. We have got steel on the ground, guys. And I know that don't look like much, but there is another pile right over there. And then we got a big beam over there for the header for the big garage door. But we did get the first load of steel delivered. Woo-hoo! So we're excited about that. The steel is on site. And like I say, hopefully Monday he's got some equipment coming out to start digging the holes for the post. And as soon as we can get the inspector back out there after he digs those holes, we'll start standing some steel up, concreting that in. And it'll actually start to take the shape of a house. Yeah, and trusses should be about a week or 2 out. He checked last week. He said everything's still on schedule there where they're building those. And so hopefully once we get the poles stood up, the trusses will come in right behind that, and it'll actually start looking like a house or a barn, right? Barndo. Yeah. So anyways, where we're at right now, like I say, we just wanted to give you a complete breakdown of the numbers where we're at. Yeah, we've told you guys we always want to be transparent about this build and how much it's costing us, what we're actually putting out of pocket, just so you can get a rough estimate of what it might cost you. Yeah, I mean, we're members of, I guess, 5, 6 different Barndo sites, some specifically here in Georgia, some nationwide. Right. And everybody, as soon as they see the Barndo and they fall in love with it, the first question is, how much per square foot is it? Right. And of course, you know, it varies wildly. Yeah. Based on, you know, are you going to GC, general contract everything out yourself and you sub everything out? Or are you doing it turnkey? There's so many variables there, it's really hard to give a square foot number. Yes. But in saying that, we're going to tell you what our square foot number is. Exactly. Just know that it's going to be different for everybody. And it's different by region as well, depending on what city or county you live in. Prices and permit fees and I mean even the contractors' pricing can be very different just on the location in the United States. Yeah. And you know, and the square foot price I'm going to give you in today's video is only for the erection, the steel, basically the frame out of ours. He's going to do the siding, he's going to do the roof, he's going to do the porches, and he's going to spray foam
insulation. Yep.
And so basically it gets us to dry, and he's actually going to install our doors and windows too, but we have to buy those separate, so that's not included in that price.
The installation is included, but the windows and doors themselves is not included in the price.
And speaking of which we just got those ordered this past week.
The windows.
And right now they're 13 weeks out.
Yeah.
And so that may end up stalling our progress waiting on windows. So just know if you're trying to build right now, it's crazy out here. Make sure you're doing your homework. There's a lot of scam artists out there ripping people off. But you've got to plan way ahead. You know, appliances are 3 to 6 months out. Like I say, our windows are 13 weeks out. We're being told the doors, exterior doors, are about 5 to 6 weeks out. Our daughter just ordered some furniture for her new place, and it's like 3 months out. So it's just insane everywhere. And so just take that in mind if you are considering building right now. But let's go with what we've got so far. And pardon me for looking down away from the camera, but I've got notes and I want to make sure I get it right. And so basically, you know, we told you from the get-go, the land was gifted to us by her father. And that was a big blessing, because we was, you know, when we was looking for land to build our Barndo on, that adds up to a lot of money. And that was also, by us not having to pay that out, was able to get us jump started on our build here. And so so that figure will not be included in here because we didn't pay anything for it. Starting off, you know, first thing we had to get was a perk test. That was $450. Then we had to get a septic tank permit. That was $350. We also had to get a land disturbance permit and a driveway permit, but our dozer guy actually got those in the price that he quoted us. So we didn't actually have to pay those separately.
They were in there, but we didn't actually pay them. They were included in his fees.
And so I'll tell you his fee here in just a moment. We did get our building permit. It has been approved. I know in the last video we had it submitted, but it hadn't been approved yet. It has been approved. And that cost actually came in a little less than what we anticipated. I don't know if we figured wrong or something changed, whatever. But our building permit was $928. We was expecting a little over $1,100. So that's a couple $100 savings. We was grateful for that. Lot clearing. And when I say lot clearing,
it was extensive.
this land up there has not been touched since 1970. And when I say not touched, I mean it ain't been, no trees have been cut.
No work at all.
Nothing
since
has
1970.
been, no underbrush has been cleared, anything. And so he had a lot of clearing to do. He put our driveway in for us. He also leveled the pad where we're going to put our concrete pad for the building and the house. That
was an extensive job as well, because it ended up being a little bit more of a hill than what any of us expected. Once we got all those trees cleared, it was a little more round than we anticipated. So it was a little more work there for him.
It kind of surprised all of us, and that's just something you run into, you know. And he also put in our septic tank. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but he also put in our septic tank.
He did.
And got all the, you know, we've got the final approval on it now too. The county's done came out and inspected it and said we're good to go on it. So that was $15,720. And I'm here to tell you guys, that was a bargain.
It was worth every single penny.
And again, guys, when we're acting as our own GC on this build here. So when we went and got our building permit, there is not a builder listed on there. It's us. And basically we're subbing everything out. And so do your homework, because on this next inspection, when he comes out and inspect the holes and inspect the temporary power, it says in there they're going to look to make sure we have our silt fences up. They're going to look to make sure we've seeded and strawed to prevent erosion, and they will keep a check on that throughout the build. And so make sure you're hiring quality people, licensed quality people to do these jobs, because he took care of all that for us. He knows what's required by the county. And so he knew he had to get the silt fences up. He knew he had the seed and straw.
Right.
And so part of the package deal there with him grading and doing everything was him doing all that, so we didn't have to do it ourselves. Otherwise we'd have been out there trying to put up a silt fence and
and spread straw.
And if you don't know where to put the silt fence and how to put it up, it could be put up wrong, and that could cause delays.
Well, and also as part of that, guys, make sure you check with your local government authorities and your permitting offices just to find out what is going to be checked on your inspections. There's some pretty specific things that they should lay out for you that you need to have, and if you miss them, you're going to have an inspector come back out again, and every time they return is an additional cost.
Yeah. After that, we did, we told you we do have steel on the ground, and so what we're doing is we've signed a contract with the guy that's going to do all the erecting of the building and doing all the steel, the siding, the roof, and all that. And basically what we've outlined is a building schedule, which says, okay, to start the project we pay this much. When he gets so far along and gets this much done, we pay him another check, so on and so forth.
It's in 4 phases.
Yeah. 5.
Oh, 5 phases.
5 phases.
5 phases.
And so phase 1 of that was $44,900, and that was getting the structural steel ordered. And once he gets out there and gets that erected, the trusses erected and everything like that, then we'll cut him another check to order the steel that goes on the sides and the roof, and he gets that put up. And so we'll go over all 5 of these phases as we go through this. But right now we're in phase 1, which was just getting the steel ordered, and he's got to get out there and start getting it erected. So that's where we're at. So we paid $44,900 for that. I will go ahead and tell you, just so we're you not think we're stringing you along here. What we're building, what we are paying our builder for the erection, for all the steel, all the sheet metal on the outside, installing the windows and doors, spray foam, is $159,000.
Right, and that's essentially the outer shell will be complete.
That will basically get us in the dry. That does not include the concrete. Now, he could have included the concrete in with that, but
my stepbrother does concrete work, and so he's going to do our concrete for us.
So we've talked to him, and he is cutting us the family discount, and we're grateful for that.
Yes.
But he's offering us a really good deal on the concrete, and so he'll be taking care of the concrete, so we'll cover that cost when we get to that point.
Right. We have a general idea from him, but we won't know an exact number until he actually does the concrete, so we'll update you with finite numbers at that point in time.
Yeah. And so just know the $159,000 does not include that number. And so if you break it down, that $159,000, our garage is 48 by 80, which is 3,840 square feet. The house is 40 by 56, which is 2,240 square feet. The porches are 12 by 160. They're 12 foot wide, and it's on 3 sides, which total up 160 feet. So that's another 1,920 square feet. So that's a total of 8,000 square feet that's going to be kind of under roof.
It's a monster.
And so that does sound huge, but most of that's garage and porches.
Right.
So again, people always asking square foot numbers. If you take that 159,000 and divide it by that 8,000 square feet, that is $19.88 a square foot. It is so windy out here, guys. I hope I hope the audio's not messing up. I've got the furry thing on the mic there, so hopefully you're not hearing the wind noise that we're hearing here. But if you are, I apologize. But $19.88 a square foot, $19.88 a square foot. If you take the total 8,000 square foot and divide it into the $159,000 for what he's doing to dry it in. Now, obviously, that is not a completed square foot price.
No, that is
not
shell.
Doing anything on the inside. That is not framing up any of the walls on the inside. That's none of the sheetrock. That's none of the plumbing. That's none of the electrical. Cabinets, countertops, lights.
And that also does not include the concrete again. So
yeah, it does not include the concrete. Does not include the windows. So, but just rough and dirty numbers. If you want to know a shell price for basically, but that does include the erection. A lot of these companies you contact are just kit companies, and they deliver the steel to your site, and then you have to put it up yourself. We felt like his price, after talking to, oh my gosh, I bet we talked to 20 or 30 different
or more
places, builders, suppliers, whatever you want to call all these people. you know, we felt like his price was the best price we could get, considering he was erecting it too. The other thing that we have paid out right now is we did order our exterior windows, and we ordered those Tuesday. Again, 13-week turnaround. They was $8,305.09. That's including tax. Again, don't forget tax on these big numbers, because we went in there and, you know, we was in the $7,000 range, and then we said order them, and then of course they throw the tax on there and up to $8,305.
Right.
We did order local, and I urge you, if you can order local, work with your local community, because that way that money's staying in your community.
Yes.
I'll just be honest, open and honest. Like I said, I told you I won't name names. We ordered ours from Appalachian Supply, which is right on 515 in Ellijay, Georgia, where we're building. And I'm telling you, they beat the pants off Lowe's and Home Depot. So I know a lot of people go to these big box stores thinking that they order so much more that they can get better pricing. Don't always take that for granted. Shop around. The windows we ordered was black exterior and white interior. So that did add about $100 to $130 per window. Getting it done that way, because it's actually got to be specially painted, and they have to send that out to get that done. So.
In essence, it really almost doubles the cost of the window to do black outside and white inside. It's not quite double, but about 40-45% increase.
Yeah, and you know, we came real close to not doing the black, even though that's kind of what we had our heart set on the whole time, just because of the cost difference. But the windows we ordered, we felt like we had it in the budget to go ahead and do the black, and so that's what we did.
Well, and working with Appalachian Supply, and they're very knowledgeable about the things that they're putting out there, and so he had an idea for us, as he said, maybe you could put the black windows on the front of your house, and then have all your other windows just be white on white. And so the way ours is laying on the lot, that didn't really work for us, but we did decide that all of our windows that are going to be on the back of our home,
on the back of the garage.
Yeah, on the back of the garage up there, is we're putting 13 windows in our garage, and so we did do those in all white, and that did save us quite a bit of money.
Well, again, guys, you know, part of the garage, the reason why I wanted is, one, you know, we have our woodworking business that we do on the side where we go to festivals and stuff, and you know, if you go to our YouTube videos, YouTube channel, you'll see some of those videos of what we do there. But I love cars, man. Love cars. And so I needed some light in there without having to have, you know, run so many electric lights in there.
Right.
And so I'm putting 2-foot by 4-foot windows all the way across the back side up on the very top. And they do have a UV coating to them, to, you know, so that it doesn't, you know, sun will wash anything out. And
well, and our walls in our garage are 16 feet, so I mean, you're talking, these windows are 14 feet up off the ground.
Yeah, and so I wanted the natural lighting in there, but I didn't want it to where it would, you know, damage the car's paints and stuff like that we're going to have in there, and so that's why we did that. And 13's kind of our number.
It's my number.
Her number. And so when we started planning it out and it hit 13, it just worked out, and so we had to do it. But the back side of the garage is going to be facing the woods, and so we did order those all white inside and white outside, because most people are never even going to see those from the outside.
Right.
So we saved a little money there. And so there's all kinds of little things you can do. So total so far, just to give you kind of where we're at, guys.
As of today.
And it adds up fast, man. I mean, some of these bids and some of the numbers we've put, some of the checks we've had to write, about had a stroke on some of them.
They get a little scary.
So far to date, we've paid out $70,653.09, and it seems like we did that in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And so, still got a long ways to go, guys.
Right.
We hope it gets more exciting. I know you guys are wanting to see the direction of it. So am I. I mean, when it starts going up, that's when it gets exciting.
That's when it feels real.
And we can't wait to show you that. Yeah. And we hope weather cooperates. It's rained here yesterday and a little bit today, so we hope it's not too muddy to get that started next week. So quite a bit going on. It will get exciting once all that starts going up, so make sure you stay tuned every week. We hope this helps you. I know, you know, like I say, we're members of a lot of the different Barndo sites. We always try to stay in touch with everything that's going on in Barndo, just because we're still learning ourselves and building. And I just know a lot of things can be very vague out there. A lot of people don't want to discuss numbers, and I understand that, you know, privacy reasons and all that. But we're just trying to be open and honest with you guys and trying to help you guys out. and so that you know what you're getting into, because you know you don't want to get out there and start a build and not have enough money.
Right.
And you know, nobody wants to do that. We don't either. So that's the reason why we're telling you all of our numbers. By no means are we trying to brag or anything like that, guys. We are trying to get the best deal we can, because you know, we're not rich. You know, we're just like you guys. We work every day. We work hard for our money, and this is just a dream of ours, and we're just trying to make it come true. And hopefully, we can help some of you guys on your journey too.
And like always, guys, if you guys have any comments or questions, please let us know. Just, you know, send us a comment on our video, or reach out to us on our website, anywhere.
Yeah, we always try to answer every comment, every question. We always try to respond. And you know, if some of you guys are in the North Georgia area, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, Cherry Log, you know, running there, and once we get things rolling, if you kind of want to come out and see what's going on, get with us, contact us. We can make that happen, because again, we're trying to be, we want to show you everything we can, and we know how big of a deal this is if you're fixing to go into this yourself. And so if you want to come see the progression and kind of see what we're doing, how we're doing the build, get with us. We'll make it happen. Absolutely. And so stay tuned next week. Hopefully it'll get more exciting. Hopefully we'll see some equipment and some steel going up.
Yes.
And then hopefully in a few more weeks we'll get the trusses and maybe a roof on it and get pouring some concrete. So
sounds good.
So again, if you hadn't already, subscribe, hit the bell, because we're going to try to keep this Barndominium updated every chance we get. We always try to drop a video every Sunday at 6 p.m. So stay tuned and see what crazy things we get into next.
Yep. We'll see you guys next week.
You know.
Sorry.
You make me edit right there.
I'm sorry.
Ah.
I couldn't help it. I tried.